In the heart of an old, forgotten town stood an abandoned house, its windows like darkened eyes peering into the void. Rumours whispered through the streets of strange sounds emanating from its walls, but no one dared to venture close, until curiosity pulled me towards a run-down structure one foggy evening. With each step, the chill of the night seeped into my bones. I had heard the tales, but I was driven by an unshakable need to uncover the truth. As I reached the rotting front door, it creaked open with a gentle push, as if inviting me into its depths. The air inside was thick with dust and despair. I moved cautiously, my footsteps echoing against the cracked wooden floor. I could feel an unsettling presence, as if unseen eyes were tracking my every move. But what intrigued me most was the sound. A faint melody drifted through the air, haunting yet strangely beautiful. It seemed to beckon me deeper into the house. Following the sound, I stumbled into a dimly lit parlour. The walls were lined with mirrors, each one fractured and clouded with age. The melody grew stronger, resonating in the corners of the room. I approached one of the mirrors, its surface murky, and as I gazed into it, I saw not just my own reflection, but something else lurking behind me as the mirror cracked. A figure, a woman dressed in a tattered gown, stood just out of my reach, her face shrouded in shadow. My heart raced, but the woman's presence was magnetic. I leaned closer, captivated by the depths of her sorrowful eyes. As I did, the melody transformed into a whisper, brushing against my ear, soft yet urgent. Help me. A shiver ran down my spine. The sound was not just a plea, it was a command. I reached out to the mirror, my fingertips brushing against the cold glass. In that moment, the atmosphere shifted. The room darkened and the woman's reflection distorted, twisting into a scream that echoed through my mind. I stepped back terrified, but the sound enveloped me, drowning out my thoughts. The mirrors began to shimmer, and I caught fleeting glimpses of my own reflection twisted grotesquely. A mouth wide open in a silent scream, and eyes wide with terror. The woman in the mirror reached for me, fingers stretching through the glass, desperate to connect.
Join me.
Her whisper turned seductive, filled with longing.
No!
I screamed, my voice barely audible over the turmoil of sound. I turned to flee, but the reflections of the woman multiplied, filling the room with their sorrowful pleas. The laughter, the cries, each note was clawing at my sanity. I dashed towards the door, my heart pounding. The mirrors seemed to stretch and warp, trapping me within their grasp. As I stumbled into the hallway, the symphony of suffering threatened to swallow me whole. Bursting through the door, I burst into the foggy night, gasping for breath. The sound faded behind me, but a chilling realization set in. I hadn't escaped. In my reflection, the woman stood behind me, free of the mirror, her eyes glowing with a mixture of grief and triumph. The whispers lingered, weaving through the night air, forever echoing in my mind. I was no longer just an observer. I had become part of the melody, a haunting echo in the house that would never be forgotten.